Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. It's still me, Lady Law. So today I'm going straight to the point. What I have for you guys in stock today is how to handle a stubborn child. A stubborn child, I mean, it could be under 10, it could be a teenager. So in all, how you can handle your stubborn child. Because I believe most of us as parents, there are some of our children that prove stubborn, very stubborn in their dealings. When they said they won't do this, they will not do it. And when they said they are going to do this, and they will do it. They are so principled in their own lifestyle. So, but there are ways you can actually handle such children. And some of the points or some of the things I'm going to say today, maybe it could help someone out there. It could help a family out there, maybe a mother. It could also help husband and wife on how you can handle that your child that is very stubborn, that your child that has a mind of his or her own. There are ways you can do that, and that child will come to understanding with you, can, follow your way and understand the things you're trying to teach him or her. Number one thing you have to put in consideration is that you have to listen to that child. Listen, pay attention to her, pay attention to him. Whatever that he tells you, always, have that thinking in you. Always reason with that child. Pay attention. Listen to any of her problems or his problems or whatever that he has in mind to tell you, any of his decisions or whatever, that is going on with his life or her life, and she wants to tell you. Always pay very good attention to that. Okay, in her behavior, whatever she does or he does, pay very good attention. Not just what she tells you or what he tells you with her mouth. Okay, even his behavior, even the way he does things, these are all signs that you really have to pay attention to. Second one is that you have to really connect with them. Don't force them. Whatever they are doing in their own way, in their lifestyle, as they grow up, especially children in abroad, there's a way they do their things. So always connect with them. Feel free to chat, know whatever that is passing through or they are going through in their lives. Connect with them in any way. If it's the one that loves to, play game or chat with friends or even discuss certain things, or the type that loves to go out, always connect with them. Don't force them. Connect in whatever they do. All right, this is the way that you really get to know that your child. You really understand him or her. It's only when you connect with them. Don't always say, I'm the parents, whatever you say will be the final. Connect. Go really deep into that child and understand the way that child operates. Because of course you are the parents, but there are also things that happens outside your home that you don't see or you don't even feel in any way. It's done outside in their school with their friends, and when they come home they just pretend and act as holier than thou. Okay, so you just have to really connect with them. Come down to their level. Give them options. Okay, try and provide options to them. Maybe if it's a child that loves to play game on computer, you can always suggest something different from playing computer that is similar. That will also be fine. Or the child that loves watching television, there are other things you can also do. Maybe a game, physical game that the child sees. So these are so many things, options. Don't drag things with them. Don't argue so much or try to or suppress them. Okay, not about intimidating, or suppress them in your own way, or maybe as an African parent, or parents that are living abroad, or even those ones that are in Nigeria. Okay, so that they will not get out of your hand. Stay calm in all of your decisions. Even if the child is so angry or so stubborn that he doesn't listen to you, or the way he or she does his own thing is so different, always play cool. Calm down. If you're very the type of person that is very temperamental, that you want to start shouting to that child, reduce it. Don't shout so much. Don't even shout. Play cool. Take a pinch and calm down and watch situations. Don't just go into shouting or getting angry with that particular child. Take it easy, and then take one thing at a time, so that you'll be able to really address some issues with that your child. Work with them. If it's the child that loves to, paint, or the one that loves to watch games or watch some kind of cartoons, work with them, play with them, listen to. Then on the process, you'll be able to be chipping in good words that the child will want to hear. Okay, good little words that makes meaning into what the child is always used to. Okay, that way you'll be able to talk sense into your child. Negotiate, always find a way to negotiate. Always don't put pressure on them on certain things or certain commands on them. Always negotiate with your child. Talk with the child. Tell him or her give him options, tell him about this, tell him about that, or discuss certain things. Negotiate. Even whatever the child does, you have opportunity to negotiate. And then at the end of the day, you have opportunity to also bring in that one that you feel that is the best for that child. Okay, don't always impose, don't always be so rigid to your child or trying to put pressure on that particular child. Always be flexible so that you'll be able to negotiate well with your child. And then at the end of the day, you come out with a very good decision for that child. Okay, create a congenial environment, at home. Environment I mean is that if you're the type that is always having issues with your wife or with your husband, you always quarrel, make sure you don't do this in front of your children. Give the home a very good atmosphere whereby the children will understand that your home is not a place of fighting or a place where you argue. Okay, when your kids see you that you always shout to each other, I mean the husband and the wife, you always shout. In fact, you've already made that child to understand that that's how life or normal life is supposed to be. So always make sure you create a congenial environment for your children. Create it so that there won't be room for any kind of abuse much later in their own lives, because they see parents as their role models. And when all the things that they're supposed to get in a home, they don't see it, okay, it's always a problem for them. They want to grow with what they are seeing. Okay, if you are your partners, maybe you are the type that always shout at each other, they have seen it. That is the kind of environment they grew up, and they want to continue with it. So it's not really a good one for them. All right, understand your child's perspective, wherever angle that he's coming from or she's coming from, or the kind of things or behavior or the friends that he or she has outside. Always come from that perspective. Even though you have your own suggestions or ideas, always listen to, pay attention to them, follow them in their way. Then on the process, you will not come in. You don't just use power, to against or to suppress. After all, you're the mother, or you use all kinds of words, to speak to your child. It will not help matters at all. Understand that child very well. Understand the angle that the child is coming from, or maybe something the child has already known from friends, or the one he has seen outside, or the one he or she has learned in the school. Then before you can now come down to their level, okay, make yourself to come to their level, so that you will now walk as if you're a child also like them. I think in doing it that way, the child will not see you that both of you are also in the same lane, and on the process you will not chip in, say whatever you want to say to your child. Okay, then at the end of the day, you will now reinforce a positive behavior. Okay, if the child is not doing it right, by the time you take these steps one after the other gradually, and then the child will come to understand the kind of person where you're coming from and why you want him or her to really follow it this way, which is the best for him. And then on that process, you're already reinforcing positive behavior. That child will now start picking up gradually, little by little, and then until the brain balances. Okay, so that is the only way I feel that we can actually follow any stubborn child in our home. Of course, we are parents. We are being given a task of taking care of our children, both physically, mentally, psychologically, physically, anyhow you want to think it. So it is our responsibility, our duty, to make sure that our children, grew up in an environment whereby they will really be responsible for themselves. They will really grow up in understanding. They will really, get themselves a good environment where they will now see themselves as excellent and wonderful kids. Okay, so you find out that when all these things are being in place, that child will be that one you want the child to be. And remember, most of these stubborn children, sometimes they are highly intelligent and very creative. Okay, these are the things we also have to bear in mind as that child is growing. They always want to have a thought, mindset of their own. And they have already placed themselves that they can really take care. So many things. The attitude sometimes will even show you or tell you that this child is really very matured, even more than his or her age. So the earlier we understand it, the way to handle them, all those stubborn ones, the better for us. Okay, so this is where I will stop at this time. So thank you for listening. And then I want to use the opportunity also to ask us to help to subscribe to my channel, okay, and help me to share to your friends and families. Okay, these days are terrible days that a lot of things are happening in the world, and our children shouldn't, be left alone. We should carry them along and help and fix their life and help and show them the right way, put them in the rightful position. So at the end of the day, we parents will be happy. Thank you at this moment. I really appreciate each and every one of you. Until I see you in my next video. Bye-bye.